Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the topic of ISRO building a second rocket launch port. So ISRO already has one rocket launch port, and I think you all must have heard the name, that is the Satish Dhawan launch port. So the second launch port is what is being built. So first of all, about the timeline, first we'll be looking at the news. Then why does India need a new launch port? What is the need for it? New ISRO launch port located in Tamil Nadu, and why the location of Tamil Nadu is important. Then the status of the new launch port. What are SSLV, that is the small satellite launch vehicles, India's SSLV journey so far, and in the end the prelims MCQ. The topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is science and technology. From exam perspective, you should be able to know that what are SSLV and why the launch port in the location of Tamil Nadu is important. Now the news talks about why is ISRO building a second rocket launch port in Tamil Nadu's Kulasekara-Pattinam. So let's see. So the news talks about that the Prime Minister of India, that is Narendra Modi, has laid the foundation stone of the second rocket launch port of ISRO at Kulasekara-Pattinam, and it is situated at a geographically advantageous location in coastal Tamil Nadu, Thoothukudi district, and the facility cost around 986 crores, and it will be extensively and exclusively used for commercial, on demand and small satellite launch vehicles in the future. So already India has one launch port, that is the Satish Dhawan launch port. So that the burden on the Satish Dhawan launch port does not increase much, and it does not get overburdens. To stop Satish Dhawan launch port to get overburdened, a need was felt to build a second launch port, and that second launch port, the location has been identified in the coastal areas of the state of Tamil Nadu, and this launch port will be useful for commercial vehicles. It means that as the space technology is increasing and India's relevance and India's dominance in the space sector is also increasing, so now the private sector is also entering into the space technology segment, and with the second launch port made, the launching capacity of ISRO will increase. So with the launch capacity of ISRO being increased, it means ISRO will be able to send more number of satellites. So when more number of satellite, it means that the ISRO will also be taking satellites, or the ISRO will also be taking satellites from other countries, and in return the other countries will also give money to ISRO. So for commercial purpose also this will be very beneficial, and on demand, whoever, be it private sector or be it any other country, if they want to send their satellites, then on demand this will be used. And for the SSLVs, that is the small satellite launch vehicle, this second facility which will be built up in Tamil Nadu will be very helpful, as already the first space launch port, that is the Satish Dhawan launch port, is already overburdened and will be handling the major missions in the coming future, like the missions which will be carrying GSLV payload, or the PSLV, or the missions to Mars or to Venus, or the much anticipated and awaited Gaganyaan mission. So let us first look at the location of the Tamil Nadu. And in Tamil Nadu, where the second launch port is being built up, so in the state of Tamil Nadu, this is the location, the coastal area where the second launch port is being established, and this location is considered to be very strategic and very advantageous. In the coming slides, I will be telling you about why is it considered to be advantageous, while we will talk about the first launch pad, that is the Satish Dhawan launch port. So that is situated in Andhra Pradesh and to the south of Andhra Pradesh. So that is around more than 60 kilometers from Chennai. So second, that is why India need a new launch port. What is the need of it? Now the government recent policy opening of the space sector to private sectors has been talked about, and opening the sector to the private players will lead to a sharp increase in the number of commercial launches. So to deal with this increase of commercial launches, a new launch port was set up, and ISRO's first launch port, that is Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, is not overburdened. So preventing the Satish Dhawan Space Center from being overburdened, a new launch port was important. Then the space agency has decided to build another facility, and the second launch port will be used to launch smaller payloads. Satish Dhawan Space Center will handle the bigger missions or the larger payloads, while the smaller payloads will be handled by the second facility. And the private players could develop space qualified subsystems, build satellites, and even launch vehicles using the new launch port. So this will also motivate the private players to do well in the segment of space technology. Then comes the new ISRO launch port located in Tamil Nadu. Why the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu was selected for this? So geographically, that is, it means that the location of it, scientifically it means seeing the science around it, and strategically the Kulasekara-Pattinam launch port provides a natural advantage to ISRO's future launches pertaining to the small satellite launch vehicle. And why is it so important? That is because the location in the Tamil Nadu will provide or will allow a direct southward and small launch trajectory for the lightweight SSLVs carrying less fuel. And this is, look at this image. Okay, look at this image, and if we will see the map of India, then if we will look at the location of Tamil Nadu, okay, now this is the location of Sriharikota. So Sriharikota is situated in Andhra Pradesh. So this is the location of Sri Lanka. So when the satellite or the payload, it starts to take off from Sriharikota, it cannot go in the straight line, because if it will go in the straight line, Sri Lanka, the island country, will come in between. So what the satellite has to do is, after taking off, it has to take a different trajectory. It means that it has to move sideways of Sri Lanka. So when it moves sideways of Sri Lanka, more fuel and more time it takes. So this was about Sriharikota. Now see the location of Tamil Nadu. See, this is Tamil Nadu, and this is the location of the new launch port, that is in the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu. So what will happen, that if from the second launch port location, if the facility or the satellite will take off, then Sri Lanka does not come in between. So it can follow a direct and a straight trajectory. So the direct and the straight trajectory in the southward direction will be followed, and nothing in between is coming. So the satellite can take off, and less fuel and less time. So advantages are less fuel will be used, and then in less time it will be able to reach the destination. So these are natural benefits that will come just from the location of the second launch port. Now it will boost ISRO's attempts to enhance payload capacities, because with one launch port, with the introduction of the second launch port also, so the ISRO will be able to almost, if not double, it will be able to enhance its payload capacity by around 60 to 70%. And all launches from the SDSC are longer. Both the launch ports are located on southern India near the equator. So southern India is very obvious, that in Andhra Pradesh, Sriharikota, that is the Satish Dhawan Space Center, and then the second one in Tamil Nadu. So as compared to the North India, it is closer to the equator. Then comes the status of the new launch port. So the Tamil Nadu government has completed the acquisition of over 2,000 acres of land, and it has now been handed over to ISRO. And it may take up to 2 years time period for the completion of the construction at the site. So it will take around 2 years. So that is, this is 2024. So you might expect that by the time 2026 or 27, this will be completed. And the new facility could permit anywhere between 20 to 30 small satellite launch vehicle annually. It means that ISRO's capacity in a year will increase by 20 to 30 more launches of the small satellite launch vehicle. So it will be so much advantageous also from India's perspective, as this will take India's space technology very far ahead. Now, what are SSLVs? That is the small satellite launch vehicle. As the name itself is telling that it is small in size. So the new small satellite launch vehicle, which is developed by ISRO to cater the launch of the small satellites, and this will be a 3-stage launch vehicle. This will be a 3-stage launch vehicle having a lift-off weight of about 120 tons, 34 meters in length and 2 meters in diameter. So these are the dimensions. Then the launch satellites weighing anywhere between 10 to 500 kg, and it will lead to low Earth orbit. So the weight is around 10 to 500 kg and the destination is low Earth orbit. And the SSLV are best suited for commercial and on-demand launches. It means whenever it is demanded, so it will be ready at that point of time. Now India's SSLV journey so far. So relatively new development by ISRO, which is expanding its launch capabilities. So SSLVs are not very old. In the recent past, we have seen that in the around 5 to 7 years, we have seen that the SSLVs have come to the picture. And the first SSLV mission of India, that was the SSLV D1, which was carrying 2 satellites, including EOS-02 and AZAD-SAT. In the year 2022, it failed. So the first mission was a failure, but the second attempt which ISRO made was a big success with the SSLV D2, and this was all in the year 2023. And the rocket inserted 3 satellites into the low Earth orbit. So first attempt was a failure, but second attempt was a success. So in the end of prelims MCQ, and people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. This is a PYQ of the year 2018 with reference to India's satellite launch vehicles. Consider the following statements. There are 2 statements given. You have to talk about the correct statements. First, PSLVs launch the satellites useful for Earth resources monitoring, whereas GSLVs are designed mainly to launch communication satellites. So it is talking about both PSLVs and GSLVs. Second, satellites launched by PSLV appear to remain permanently fixed in the same position in the sky as viewed from a particular location on Earth. So second one is a technical thing, but easy to find out. You just have to focus on one word. As it is a PYQ, I hope that you people must have solved this. So give me the answer in the comment section, and the codes are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time. Keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.